Justin.
How you doing, bud?
So we have a very, very substantially, between the two of us, we have a very large collection of records, vinyls, and we just thought we would show you all because Justin is a fucking music encyclopedia. Between the two of us, I think we have enough to talk about, enough to showcase. And since a lot of stuff we have is so rare, then it would be good to put it on video.
We'd like to share with you our collection.
Alright, so let's just fucking get into it.
Alright, so right here, huge One O Tricks Point Never fan. 2 EPs by him. Commissions 1, Commissions 2. Commissions 1, pretty good, pretty standard fare for OPN. I really want to talk about Commissions 2. Amazing. So it's 3 songs, 2 Bullet Hell Abstraction 1 and 3, and then Sweet from Magnetic Rose. So this is basically the Weave One O Tricks Point Never album, because the first 2 songs are Bullet Hell inspired, and they're an absolute mess. It's a breakcore anime glitchy melting mess.
I didn't expect that from him. Well,
no one
because normally he's like so serious with his
yeah,
stuff.
I mean it's still serious. It's like it's good and like sincere, but yeah, it's not like his neoclassical stuff that he's doing now or like Garden of Delete. It was like the whole point of it being called Commissions is because he was commissioned for like art shows and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And so, getting to that, you might be wondering 1 and 3. Where's 2? Well, 2 he only did live. 4 he only did live.
Oh shit.
And this is some of my favorite stuff by him. The Magnetic Rose one is a reimagining of the score of Magnetic Rose, the short film. I'm not familiar with it, but amazing. Warp Records, done it again. Love OPN. Great stuff.
Did you say that was harder to come by?
Love that album.
For a moment it all interlocks, but then a new pattern of ordered disorder emerges in front of you.
Alright, next one. Street Trash OST. I was really happy that you had this on vinyl.
Oh yeah.
Because I love this movie. It is one of the most specific styles, like art styles and everything.
Created a genre. The body melt.
This did create a genre. Not just the body melt, but just like that fucking
greasy
junkyard style or whatever that I love so much.
Junk horror.
Junk horror. If you're not familiar with this movie, it's a cult classic. All it's about is about these homeless people who live in a big fucking junkyard, and they find this liquor that makes their insides explode and melt into like all this weird psychedelic colors. The actual vinyl itself is pretty cool looking, as you can see right there.
Yeah, this is actually mine, and this is probably the prettiest pressing, one of them at least, that I have. Huge light blue fan. Love the color.
Oh yeah.
It's the toilet blue swirl.
It is toilet blue. I actually did not get to listen to the B-side yet. Does it have the credit song?
Yes.
Okay, good.
It's at the very end.
It sounds like fucking Joe Pesci, Italian gangster, and it's the cheesiest bullshit ever.
I'll tell you one thing, kid. You're gonna be sleeping with the fish, you little fuck.
About the music, a lot of it is just like certain specific people's melting sequences. So it's like weird industrial like synth noise with like screams.
It's kind of like the Clockwork Orange intro.
Yeah. I mean, just dark
like
brooding synth.
That bassy like synth kind of.
Yeah.
Alright, what do you got there?
Alright, so very recently, probably my favorite band right now, The Garden.
Fantano reviewed that, didn't he?
Yes, he said it. He likened it to Atari Teenage Riot and Mindless Self-Indulgence. Guess what 2 of my favorite bands are? Atari Teenage Riot and Mindless Self-Indulgence. This is like a punk-influenced electro duo. Very good. They look like this. They don't sound like how they look. They're genius boys, Wyatt and Fletcher. I got all three at the same time. I got Haha, Mirror Might Steal Your Charm, very pretty. And then this, You Want the Scoop.
I love that album art.
Great album art, but even cooler. This little praying mantis. So this is an EP, but it's a 12-inch.
That looks beautiful.
And I don't know if you can get this on here, but there's a etching on here. It says, You Want the Scoop, Vada Vada on here. Beautiful.
Yeah,
So there's nothing on the B side, it's just an etching. I feel like really weird electro punk.
I do like this album art out of everything.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I'm just like, it makes me nervous.
Yo yeah. I hate it, but I love it. Alright, so this one, Wadabu, Coaxial Chaos, insanely good album, very, very great. Kickstarted this, got a bunch of cool stuff, stickers, buttons, shirts. This is a ride of a vinyl. The first time I listened to this, I wasn't expecting exactly what happened. I knew I was in for some hard gabber kicks, crazy chiptune, but specifically the last song, just the way this ends is amazing. Yeah, we helped set up the show, so we're pretty tight.
Our good friend Rebecca put this out this year. It is an amazing record. We did help set up a show with Wadabu and Bubblegum Octopus repping 2 right here. The best way I can describe this is like kind of edgy scene kid music with like chiptune, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean actually.
I love the song Upward and Outward.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Might be my favorite one.
Honestly, same, I think.
And she played that and Gabber Pump Girl live. Gabber Pump Girl, that needs to be like an anthem.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just awesome to see something so niche pressed onto a record.
Yeah, like I'm surprised Bubblegum Octopus doesn't have anything pressed. So seeing this pressed is really cool.
Alright, this is the newest Picture Plane album. Shout out Travis, one of my favorite artists, musically and visually. We met this dude opening for Health, and he was one of the nicest guys ever. The record is beautiful.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, that is just
Damn.
amazing. Fits the cover. It's like somewhat like a synth punk industrial noise rap, if that makes any sense. It's a lot of stuff crammed together, but that's why I like it so
Show
much.
the back of it.
Yeah, the back is cool. He actually got Smart Death is on track 5, and Wicca Phase is on track 8.
Staring at my face in your reflected world. All the things they said made me still feel like a fool.
Alright, next one. This special one. Really special one.
Oh yeah.
Fucking Earthbound on vinyl. This I have had a chance to listen to. You let me borrow a bunch of records, and of course, this is the first one I listened to.
Oh, this is the first one I knew you were gonna listen to.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Of course.
It kind of has. This is like the original promo art that they had when they first like put the game out, right? Like all the claymation kind of stuff. Look at that.
Yeah, that gatefold is really cool.
Yeah. So this is an interesting release because like the first disc is like the main areas, and then the side C and D are like side D is just like a bunch of like it's just a big mishmash of like in between areas, like not like the main areas of the game. You know what I'm talking about?
Side D was like the Psy remixes, right?
Yeah, it was like them all cut together in such a weird way. It's like really cool.
I like that
Yeah.
side is my favorite. I actually don't have as much of a personal connection to Earthbound as he does, but I did get this because I knew it was going to sell out, and it's video game music, so
So obviously it's good.
yeah, so it's gotta be good. You know, I never played it because I have this purist thing about like games. I'm like, I have to play it on the original console. Maybe pretentious. Oh well, don't care. But that I did not expect that to be as good as I anticipate. Like
Oh, yeah.
when they're what's the ones I need to find it specifically? Or maybe Love and Peace. One of those was just like beautiful, like brought me to tears because I never listened to the soundtrack.
It might have been, yeah. There's a part at the end of the game where after you're like done with everything, you walk Paula home,
Yeah.
and they play that's like a special song.
It's the one with the voice sample. People know what I'm
Oh
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah.
But
That one's good.
When I heard that, I was just like, damn.
I want to recommend another album by the same composer, Keiichi Suzuki. He had a band called the Moonriders, and they're really good. And then he did another album, not under Moonriders, but he like did some other like weird, like city pop surf-ish kind of album called Penguinism, and that one's really good. Every track on that record's good.
Oh, do you want to show the pressing? When they have a bunch of different color variants on this, but of course I got the weird marbled pink one because I thought it was pretty. I think it's like the bubble spa variant, something like that. They had a bunch.
Oh, okay. So
it's
it's like at the beginning of the game you choose like what text you want, what flavor of text you want, or text box, and it's like banana, strawberry.
It might be
peanut butter.
I'm not too sure, to be honest.
Yeah.
But there was like a meteor color variant that was like red and purple.
Oh
first.
yeah, I bet that looks fucking cool.
Real quick, Yellow Swans, good ambient drone noise. I got the special one. This is a CD with extended tracks from this. This is incredibly good to sleep to. This is a very calming. It's so noisy that it loops back around to being calming. I love this album. This is one of my favorites. If you like a noise, ambient, mellow, but chaotic, if that makes sense.
Okay.
It's very good. Games. As I was saying before, huge One O Tricks Point Never fan. This is half him and half Joel Ford, I believe. This first song, Strawberry Skies, is probably one of my favorite songs of all time.
Really?
Amazing track.
That looks nothing like a One O Tricks Point Never kind of cover or anything.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Right.
Wait till you see this. Cool.
Wow. Okay.
Now it probably does.
This is amazing.
This is beautiful.
This is fucking good.
I love this. But
yeah, it's
everyone
great.
I've shown Strawberry Skies to has agreed it's like it's an amazing track, one of the best of all time.
This is a postmodern like just fever dream right here.
Yeah, it's like an airport core.
Yeah.
I love it.
Can't find the meaning in all this late night scheming.
Or what you got there?
PC Music,
Oh yeah.
massive fan. Been just some of the best stuff to ever happen in the past decade. If you're a fan of Nightcore, if you're a fan of pop, if you like really obnoxious chipmunk vocals, if you like synths, you'd love this. So PC Music is not an artist, it's a label. This is a compilation, 2 compilations. There's Volume 1, Volume 2. I like Volume 1 a little bit more, as you can tell from the poster up
Oh
there.
yeah, look at that.
Beautiful art, very net art aesthetic, very glossy, very
Yeah.
highly produced, very meticulously crafted. This is the repressing.
Look at that loading screen blue.
Yeah, one is just a plain blue record. This one has all the best stuff on it, and then Volume 2, also pretty good.
From what I've heard, I have one of these, and I remember liking the Felicita track.
Oh yeah, the Felicita one is on the second one.
Yeah,
A New
yeah,
Family.
okay.
Of course, Felicita is even as weird as this is, Felicita is still really out there. So is Lip Gloss Twins. Doodle is on here. Also my favorite track.
Nice.
But you got your Hannah Diamond, you got your Easy Fun, you got your A.G. Cook, you got your Danny L. Harrell.
A.G. Cook is good.
Yes.
I love that DJ Warlord mix.
Oh yeah, the embassy one, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
amazing. And so that was just a compilation of tracks. And then not that long ago, they on Instagram they're like 1 like and we'll release something every day, every day of May.
Hell
And
yeah.
so they did the month of Mayhem, and they did a pressing. It wasn't all music. It was very weird. They did like AG's like college net art project. They released like midis. This pressing is just a mess in the best way imaginable.
Yeah, let's see it.
So that's
Oh my god.
this
look
is
at that.
the front of one.
Put it on here.
This is the back of another, and they all just look like hell when you're spinning them. Like
Oh god,
it
look at that.
hurts. And if you put it on like 78 speed, Jesus. Love it. Absolute eyesore. It's the best. Another one. It does the same. This one
Oh,
hurts
God.
even more
Look at
probably. There's more swirls. So this was a lot of one-offs.
Oh god, this is hurting.
I know,
Just-
it
just from over
hurts.
here.
It hurts so much. It's amazing. It was a lot of strange one-offs,
That is
collaborations, weird. There is a DJ Warlord song on here, Droom. This has...
Oh, it's other names, right? Right here?
yeah, look at that.
Okay.
That graphic
Daniel
design
Haro,
is just
Lifeson.
insane.
There's GFOTY.
Spinny, MC Boing.
AG
No idea
Cook.
what that one is. Easy Fun, AG Cook. Guys Next Door. Never guess
there's
who that...
Warlord.
Take a guess who Guys Next Door is.
Who?
AG Cook and 10 Tricks Point Never.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So I love that song.
Which
Cobbles, which was like a weird Vocaloid song. Tonight Burns Red. I don't even know who that is.
Okay.
No idea. But the Danny Sunshine song, never thought, amazing. Probably the best one. Guys Next Door, amazing. There's some old AG Cook stuff on here.
PC music is very mysterious.
Yes, they are. But the Window Licker remix, I know I showed you that and you
You don't.
loved
Oh, yeah.
loved that.
I love the
Window
effects one.
Licker. Love them all. Every artist on there just
Okay, this one is very special and very recent. Osamu Sato's LSD revamped, original remixes or new originals and remixes. Thank you for this, Justin.
Oh,
this
no
was
problem,
This was
dude.
an amazing gift from you. I am a huge Osamu Sato fan. I love everything he's put out, every game he's worked on, fucking I think our whole group likes him a lot too. Like Mike likes him a lot.
I don't even really like the gameplay elements of some of the games, but the art is just something else.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Get a load of this.
He did the art and does all the music. Like it's
Yeah.
he's a fucking master. Like I'm sure enough people are familiar with LSD Dream Emulator, but that's his sort of claim to fame, I suppose.
Yeah.
But
Then when you delve into like Chu Tang,
Chu
or
Tang,
Eastern
Eastern Mind,
it's
yeah. I guess for anyone who hasn't heard him, it's just like Japanese Aphex Twin IDM stuff, basically. I guess.
I just want to shout out the label this is on, Ship to Shore Media.
Oh yeah.
Really good company.
Yeah. Show that. right there.
Amazing. I have almost every video game thing they've done, I think.
Yeah.
Because they're really weird. They do like punk and like soundtracks and then like Tiny Tim, but then they do like really
saw
weird
that
selections
Tiny Tim
of
one.
arcade games and like retro games, and I'm like, this is sick. This is cool. I knew you'd like that one, obviously.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, this is awesome. This next one's really cool. A lot of people our age are getting like really into this album for some reason, and
The algorithm.
what I've kind of noticed, yeah, it kind of did that whole Plastic Love thing, and
It
pick
did,
this up.
honestly. Any vaporwave new age boys probably are very familiar with this.
Yeah, no, this is Plantasia by Mort Garson, and it's a very recent, limited to 500 copies.
It was Sacred
release.
Bones, wasn't it?
Fifth Dimension, very early like synth stuff, like 70s synth. It like pioneered that kind of
Which
stuff.
I haven't heard, but
It's good.
huge fan of that kind of stuff. You know, Switched On Bach, White Light, Electric Storm. I'm sure this is great. The pressing's pretty.
Yeah, it's very pretty. What like a lot of people have speculated about this album is that it inspired the Zelda's theme. Earth music for plants and people who love them. This is
Which is you.
yeah. No, I do love.
You're a nature punk.
I am a nature punk. I used to live in LA, and I'd go to like the Getty or like I go to museums, and anytime I go to a museum by myself, I put this on because this is like museum music.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. These next two are pretty special to me. This is Die With You by Trevor Something. Have a very special affiliation with this album because I did the music video for Feel the Waves, the 4th track. If you're not familiar, Trevor Sutton usually he does like synthwave stuff. Like I'm not like a huge synthwave fan, but like he's pretty unique. He's got a unique voice for it. I think true like 80s romantic kind of stuff basically. But this album is not synthwave. This is a shoegaze album, which is so different from what you'd expect from like a synthwave artist, you know.
Yeah.
And but it might be the best shoegaze album I've ever heard. It might, or my favorite at least. Definitely my favorite. I know you're a big fan of shoegaze, right?
Yeah, I'm actually not familiar with Trevor something. I'm familiar with the song because I was there when you were working on the video a lot. But I do, you know, the classics. My Bloody Valentine. You know, Catherine Wheel, amazing. Lush, amazing. Shoegaze is like trance. There's a lot of mediocre stuff, but it's very hard to come across something that just is like sticks out and is just amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like that for those two genres. Maybe you don't, but or
For
maybe
what?
you do.
Shoegaze? Oh, for trance. Oh, yeah, trance.
Shoegaze and trance.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crap trance out there, but
I haven't found enough shoegaze, I guess, because I've been wanting to look for more. I mean, obviously, there's the classic Joy Division album, the Unknown Pleasures, and that's like considered, I guess, the shoegaze album. Or no, My Bloody Valentine one is.
oh yeah,
So yeah,
oh yeah.
solid fucking record. Keep doing what you're doing, Trevor. Something.
Actually, speaking of synthwave, I have the Perturbator record. I don't know if we can show this.
Yeah, we can show it. Fuck it.
Yeah, okay, well, there's titties, but it's Android titties, so it's okay.
Yeah, those aren't real titties.
Yeah, those are fake. Those are robot titties. But this album is amazing. I feel like this is the one
Oh yeah, I like that one. a
that
lot.
kind of Blood Music specializes in like metal and synthwave, which is it makes sense, but it's also kind of weird on the surface. This pressing is amazing. They do a really good job of their pressings.
I will say I do think some of these songs drag out a bit too long for me.
I love
But-
honestly the
damn, that
like
looks
the
cool.
harder ones and the poppier ones are my favorite. But this
I love that pressing.
looks like something from like Doom. This is just
Yeah.
amazing. Even my mom, I left this spinning like one time, and my
Yeah.
mom was like, "That is beautiful." I was like, "Yeah." So it has the album on it, and then it has like a bunch of B-sides and bonus tracks because I got like this super mega special edition. This,
Let's see what else we got on there.
yeah, I think there's like a weird version of like Future Club, the Uncanny Valley bonus. Yeah. So I got this box set, and it has this. It has like lithographs or like a mini comic in here too.
Oh really?
Really, just a lot of stuff. Yeah, you can flip through that if you want.
Damn, this is awesome.
But yeah, yeah, this one's the same color and everything, but
That's really cool.
yeah, there's like a weird the Hotline Miami song Future Club. There's a weird version of that on here, the arcade version. But this is just, I love these like really extravagant like box set type releases because.
Yeah,
Especially for this, because I feel like this is a very defining
Oh yeah.
synthwave album
That
for
is a
sure.
defining synthwave album.
It is one of his best.
So us being from Texas, we are fans of the Butthole Surfers, and this is probably my favorite release by them. Which is not even like a full album or anything. It's a live record. This is like their first live recorded album, live PCPP EP. Like it's just so fucking raw and powerful, and just so like fuck you, like in your face, you know. It's amazing. I love this fucking album.
You sent me this, and I loved the absolute just noisiest tracks on there.
The Shaw Sleeps in Lee Harvey's Grave, and that's the noisiest one. I saw them in 2009 when they did their 2009 reunion tour. When they played that, I almost like fucking went deaf. Like, even at their age in 2009, they were still killing it.
Yeah,
Like,
they're crazy.
like we're talking about a lot of noise stuff. Like this is like one of the bands that pioneered noise rock, or like really like shaped it into what it is now. I got their new book recently. I haven't gone through it yet.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I'm excited to read that. Oh yeah, like so when I saw them, Peaches opened for them, and she had probably one of the best performances. Like she had this weird artsy performance and like
That's
all these
Peaches.
costumes, all this Amazing stuff. And then she puked on the audience too. And that was one of the best fucking shows.
Sounds like Peaches. I have a CD, I don't have a record though.
Peaches opening for Buttle Servers. That was probably one of the best shows I've ever been to in my life.
Love that record.
Exploded.
Look at that. Hell yeah. Yeah.
And real quick, I have the legend. Mike, I know you have a lot to say about this. Longmont Potion Castle somehow has maintained like his like underground thing up until recently, which is for the film Where in the Hell is the Lavender House?
He's been doing it since the 80s.
Yeah.
Really?
Prank
Yeah.
calls usually suck. They're usually fucking terrible. Like, I know there was like the Jerky Boys in the early days and there was Crank Anchor. This dude's the best. Longmont is an absolute legend. He has his own like vernacular. The way he speaks and like his inflection is, and like the sayings he says are so like,
I love the Clown Hotel. What was it?
yeah, Clown Hotel has a decent amount of views, but this is a nice mix of prank calls and his like metal stuff. He does like instrumental, like Shredder, like good crazy guitar solo, but it's also like sound collage with some of the calls. It's really weird.
His like prank calls are extremely surreal to say the least.
Yeah. Just the way he talks is infectious. I can't imagine like.
The amount of catchphrases we have now, just because of the amount
Yeah.
of Longmont calls we've listened to, I feel like a third of what I say are like Longmont references.
I mean, yeah, like I can't count the amount of times I've said I'm gonna knock you down, or I'm catty
To knock you
cornered.
into each other.
I'm catty corner to you. I'm bringing my whip. I'm gonna knock everyone down. Like, dude is an absolute legend.
But this is one of my favorite movie soundtracks. This is the soundtrack for Run Lola Run, which is very reminiscent of Hackers, like in terms of style.
Oh shit.
It's very like Eurodance, like Eurobeat, like Nike commercial kind of stuff.
We need to watch that sometime. Hackers is awesome.
Yeah, no, we need to watch this too.
Yeah.
Run Lola. It's. I think I showed you guys a part of this.
The animated bit.
Yeah, there's animated parts of the movie, and they showed us this in film school, and it left a huge impact on me. Like, if you like, I love like Eurodance and like early 2000s stuff, and like Kylie Minogue and Ace of Base.
Oh
and
yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
Same.
And this is definitely that, for sure. Yeah, I got Ace of Base here. Speaking of which, yeah, this too, just like the Avalanches, I would say this is like one of the best feel good albums I've ever heard, and one of the easiest listens I've ever heard. I just love Eurodance. I love Scatman John. I love Ace of Base. It's all that shit's so good.
No irony to that either.
No. Here's the thing. I tell people that I love Scatman John, and they just know the one song.
Of course.
No, like the big hit single, but his entire discography is fucking good ass Eurodance.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of La Bouche, Corona. All the really soulful Eurodance. Eurodance is great.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, it has the same thing as like a new metal syndrome where like it's like get a load of this cheesy crap from way long ago, and it's like it's good. I don't know what you're talking about. I love it.
You got Cooler Kids too. That's good. This is a good Eurodance release.
Oh, everyone I've showed that to has loved it. That is something. They had a song in the Lizzie McGuire movie. This is like one of two things I've ever bought just because the cover was cool. And I mean, man, like, get a load of that. That is like everything I'm about. So sick. But these songs are amazing. It's just, pop that is not popular is the best pop. I will say that. It always is. Forever. And then real quick, I wanted to go through these 3 Igloo Ghost records. I have the first EP that he put out on vinyl, the Little Grids EP. I think I either...
Can I see it?
Yeah. That has Peanut Choker on it. Very good song. I think this was like right after he got signed to Brain Feeder, which is flying.
Oh yeah,
label.
he is on
He's-
Brain Feeder now.
It's
Yeah.
a beautiful piece.
He's
Yeah.
very crammed in his instrumentation. It's very also lots of chipmunk vocals, lots of vocals that
Very
you can't
PC music.
you can't understand what's going on. That's how I heard about him, from like PC Music, Activia Benz, all that kind of like cutesy, really crammed like hyper pop stuff. It's very alien, literally alien, because he has his own language.
This reminds me of like Katamari Damacy and kind of like
Yeah, the art style for sure.
Oh yeah, there's an artist, Jack Sachs, that reminds me of a lot of his art stuff. But yeah, there's Brain Feeder, crazy.
nice.
I mean, it fits. It's like he's like the weird, like cutesy, obnoxious dude on Brain Feeder. Very good.
That's funny.
This is the album Neo Wax Bloom. Favorite song on here is probably White Gum, but I think Teal Yomi. Teal Yomi is like a split track with another one, but the first half is amazing.
I just love the color schemes that he uses. Like, it
yeah.
reminds me a lot of like the Dreamcast and like stuff like that. Speaking of which, look at this. Is that a Dreamcast box?
Yeah, it is. But like, look at this. There's a sticker sheet in here.
Oh, nice.
I am very anxious about where I put stickers.
I
so
wouldn't touch that.
I usually
like
just
myself.
leave them there.
Yeah.
And then his most recent thing, the Steel Mogu and Clear Tame EPs. It's 2 EPs, which pretty much make up an album, but the sleeve is sick.
Whoa.
The sleeve is
That's
so
beautiful,
cool.
man.
I think it's the story of like the Steel Mogu, or like the witches. Because that's like the little creatures, the witches. There's literally a whole lore between his like thing, like all his albums.
Okay.
It's insane.
It's cool.
I haven't looked into it too much, but just like the fact that it's there is crazy. It reminds me of Fez a lot in that regard, that there's like its own language and like its own lore for like something that
It
just
even kind of looks like Fez a little bit.
yeah, it does. But very, very good. Crazy instrumentation. A lot of the same kind of things as Sophie. Like, if you hear an Igloo Ghost song, you probably know it's Igloo Ghost.
Hello, my name is Igloo Ghost. Today I'm going to show you how to make a song.
Alright, so what I have here is the newest Wicca Phase album. Closely affiliated with Goth Boy Clique, you know, Lil Peep, Cold Heart, Corset, all of them. I think he was actually a founding member. He was in Tiger's Jaw. He left, started GBC. Great dude. His influences are like Witch House and like Picture Plane and like slow acoustic stuff.
Okay.
It definitely is evident on this album. The more I do like the more like hip hop based ones. Just One Thing slaps. Rest slaps. But this is like tried and true like sad boy music.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not a huge. I'm actually kind of just getting into it. Like
Huge GBC goth rap fan right here.
Like
This dude's lyrics, Lil Peeps were a little like too on the nose for me. Wicca Phase is like, it's convincing that this man is like sad, which may or may not be like what he's trying to get across. But
you know, I don't know if you know. Like just on that note, I like John Wayne. But like he's known a lot now for being a sad boy rapper. I liked his first album, Bowser, where he was just doing chiptune stuff.
speaking of which, I literally just got these 2 Crying albums because they were on the same label as Wicca Phase. Run for Cover, I think. And I know this is basically just like sad Anamanaguchi. You know how like the meme is like Slime Girls is like surf rock Anamanaguchi.
I want to call that surf rock. I guess
The first album. The
Oh,
first
The
first one, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's like haha, only Anamanaguchi can do chiptune with real instruments, isn't it? But this one they like completely stopped doing chiptune. The singer for this band did vocals on the new Kira Kira Bonito album.
Did
on
she?
My favorite song on Make Believe.
Oh,
Yes.
I know that.
Yes. And this is the chiptune one. The pressing
I gotta
for
hear
this.
that.
The pressing for this is actually it's gross looking, but it's cool
Let's
at the
see.
same time. It's like, what is that?
I like that a lot. That color scheme is good.
It reminds me of like actual starburst. I know that's like a term
Yeah.
that people use for records, but it's like legitimately
That color
starburst.
scheme is cool.
This is the newest Kero Kero
Speaking
Bonito
of all
album.
over the place.
Yeah, speaking of crying, yet again, they're on polyvinyl. Got the early bird edition again. You probably can't see, but it's like weird, like green and orange.
Show the cover.
Little lines in here. It fits the cover really well. They completely changed for
It's a
this
good
album.
album.
They didn't completely change, but they
No,
did at the
there-
same time.
There's still some of that like kind of electric, you know, electronic kind of stuff in there, like poppy stuff that's
Yeah.
on Graduation.
But this is like them doing like sad boy music, like indie sad
Yeah,
boy music.
I would
it's
say-
very like
It's like kind of sad anime like soundtrack kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like
Flip to the back. That looks like a menu at a restaurant.
yeah, it does. My favorite song on here is Make Believe. I really like Swimming.
Rest Stop. Okay, the end of Rest Stop sounds like the main menu, the like name selection theme in Earthbound. It really does.
It's just this is like a weird amalgamation of all things
Yeah,
that I like. It's
it's-
like video game, it's like sad boy, indie, and shoegaze. 2 songs
Yeah.
on here specifically, Outside and Fly Away, are super shoegaze influence.
I never thought I would hear something that like noise pop. You know,
Yeah,
like
I mean
it's so weird.
it's funny
That is
you say
cool.
that because they're on polyvinyl with shoes on, so like noise pop, like
Noise
art
pop.
pop, yeah. But this is amazing. I didn't know how to feel about this the first time I heard it, but the more I listened to it, the more I was like, this is
I liked the
this-
Toe Tap EP too.
yeah, I was like, this is not what I expected, but a pleasant surprise. They mix all their influences incredibly well, and when we saw them, they were some of the nicest people ever.
Yeah.
We saw Gus and Jamie outside, even though we probably weren't supposed to. They're kind of
Yeah.
trying to tell us to piss off, but we were talking to them about chiptune. They were super cool.
Yeah,
But-
Gus and Jamie are cool.
Yeah,
Alright.
man, just great band all around. Once again, found out about them like through PC Music.
I thought it was crazy that Gus knew about Jatari Records.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's a record label called Jatari, and it's reggae and chiptune combined together. Good
Yeah.
stuff. Would recommend. You could probably say we're fans of the KKB, huh?
Yeah, just a little bit. We both have the same album.
Yeah.
On vinyl, we both have Graduation. I got the Toe Tap EP, which they put out before the new album. That was when people were like weirdly trying to decide if they liked the direction they were going in.
I love that
and
EP.
I did not. I did not like this at all.
Neither did Fantano.
At first, and I will still maintain that they did their mix of all genres better on this album. But the more I listen to Cinema, the more I like Cinema, and
I love You Know How It Is.
I was about to say I have warmed up to this a
It
little
reminds
bit.
me of like Fooly Cooley.
When this came out, I kept talking about how this, if I wanted to listen to the Pillows, I'd listen to the Pillows.
Yeah, you said
But
that. I remember
I
that.
was just confused. Like this is a hard cut between these albums.
Oh
and
yeah.
I was just.
It was a brave direction.
I was like, what the hell? Man, I don't know about this. This has grown on me. I do like this now. I feel like that is still better. Flamingo 7-inch.
nice.
Normal
That's
one.
the B-side.
English
Oh,
version.
okay.
This is the meme song. Everyone fucking knows this song. I wish they didn't. I don't like this song that
It's a
much.
bad song. I will admit,
Really?
I do not like that song.
It's for how big it got. I don't get it.
Yeah, I thought
Because-
Sick Beat would be bigger.
Yes, and to get to that, they did have an album, a mixtape before this, Intro Benito, which was
Yeah.
even more like goofy and video game
It was
influence.
very goofy.
Which we'll get to that in a minute. But that's how I found out about him. Danny L. Harrell did a remix.
Oh, yeah.
Bowen did a remix.
Of Sick Beat.
It's weird when the biggest song by a band and the only song people know is like one that I
Yeah, not
don't
that
feel
great,
that strongly
yeah.
about. But I mean, if they like it, whatever. I got this just to have everything, you know. But Flamingo is pretty okay.
I like Build It Up.
Build it up and picture this not released on, and then even deeper, Chicken.
Yeah, Chicken.
Those are not on anything, and Build It Up is the first song I heard by them, and it's amazing. It's still the most like Sega Genesis-y sounding one.
Yeah.
But yes, so about Graduation. So this was in between the weird Sad Boy, Beach Boys sounding one,
Yeah, I
and
would say
really
that-
video game
I
sounding
would say
one.
that this is their most definitive album. I mean, I love Time and Place, but like, I love this fucking album a lot. I love, obviously Lip Slap, and the song Graduation is fucking amazing. Like, the part in Graduation where it like has that little slow part, and it's like, there's so much you can do
Yeah.
to a degree. I love that part.
Yeah.
Where it sounds kind of like noisy-ish.
Lip Slap is, I thought it was a Kane West song at first. Kane West, which is one of the dude's side projects. He
Or
does
Dusty
like,
side project.
yeah, he does like very kind of goofy like house music, and Lip Slap is the closest it gets to that. My favorite song in here is probably Big City.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Love that one.
Yeah.
Super J-pop, city pop influence.
Yeah, exactly.
Insane.
It's in the title, pretty much.
Oh, I lied. I'm an idiot. Picture This is on here. Picture This
Okay.
is really good. Picture This sounds like something from Zelda, coming from someone who doesn't play that much Zelda, but That's what it reminds me of. Try Me is really good too. It's kind of like goofy and talking about trying to get a job. Just the themes
Oh
about
yeah,
this.
and because like they're our age, it's like it was easy for like our generation to I think relate to this album and the whole message.
It's really like cute. It's like struggling between. I think Fantano already said this, but it's like struggling
Yeah.
in between adulthood and like childhood, and like trying to
yeah.
figure out what's going on.
Especially speaking as someone who's graduated, and that first like year after I graduated was the fucking worst. You're just like, what the fuck is going on? Speaking of KKB, we got Death Grips up next, and this is the only vinyl we have. Both between us is Year of the Snitch.
It'd be cool if they could stop price gouging literally every release except Bottomless Pit and Year of the Snitch.
Oh yeah,
But, you
I've
know,
heard about
for
that.
some reason,
I've heard Government
everything
Plates
is
is
so hard to find. Government Plates is understandable. It came with the license plate, the CIA exempt death one.
Oh right.
I don't know why they did this. The other Record Store Day release that I wanted from this year was one of their best things, the Steroids Crouching Tiger Hidden Gabber mix, and More Than a Fairy, and that weird drum tip they did.
The West
I'm still on the lookout for that, because that is some of their best stuff. All their records just cost so much, and it's not worth it.
You got the original. Sorry, you got the original release for this. I got the re-release or the second pressing.
Oh,
But
I mean,
didn't you say this was like fucking dirty and shit?
very fitting. This album, I
a
think it's
nightmare.
the weirdest. It's
Yeah.
like a fever dream.
It
It's
is
like
good.
It's like if Mr. Bungle and Atari Teenager had a baby.
Dude, yeah,
And
this might be my favorite Death Grips album.
This is my favorite Death Grips album, next to Neighbors on the Moon. Steroids is really up there too. I like all the weird, noisy, experimental stuff that they do, which is saying a lot for them, because it's already like that. Next Military
Yeah.
is good, actually, even though it's a lot more bare bones.
There's a weird, like, kind of jazzy song on this album that I love called "The Fear."
When they were putting out the singles for this, everyone was just like, what the hell is going on? Ha ha, confused everyone. One of my favorite songs.
Oh, yeah.
Flies was like, what is happening? One of my favorite songs. The Disappointed is amazing.
You know, Black Paint reminds me of like early Nine Inch Nails and stuff like that.
The ones that kind of fall to the wayside for me are the more normal, like, rock ones where they just sound like a band.
Oh, like the Dilemma,
Black Paint, Dilemma.
the meme one with
Yeah.
the Shrek director on it.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Shit show. a
I
little
did
bit.
not know that.
The dude, Lucas Avella is on a
Oh,
couple
yeah.
of songs, I think. He's on Death Grips is online. Justice Yeldum. Very, very intriguing noise artist, to say the least. If you like a blood and glass, you'll
Here,
like him.
show the back of this. Look at the fucking PowerPoint font right there.
Yeah, this is an absolute eyesore. This is an eyesore in the same way that PC Music one was, but in a very cursed, gross.
It is a very cursed image. It's kind of
Yeah, and I have this
Style.
green one, and he's got just this clear one,
Yeah.
and this has this die-cut sleeve that is just sickening.
Sure.
Hate it. I hate it, but I love it.
No, I love this album cover.
I hate it so much, but I love it.
All right, this next one is an OST to one of my favorite movies, The Harder They Come, by Jimmy Cliff and other reggae artists. Like, you know, obviously everyone knows Bob Marley, and that's kind of like what the standard is for reggae. But this was before Bob Marley, and this was Jamaica's first ever movie. Came out in '73. Like, it's about a reggae artist who is like trying to just be like a big superstar, like badass, basically. As far as just like reggae goes, it's just a fucking solid record, and I just like reggae. Like,
Yeah, I don't
there's
have
no way around it.
I don't have the same connection to reggae that you do at all. But I do know that was a very important movie, especially with
Oh,
like
yeah.
the whole midnight movie craze that people would
Yeah.
like flip out at.
This
You
was
know,
a big
El
midnight
Topo,
movie.
Pink Flamingos, and of course, the annoying theater kid, the gay theater kid one.
Oh, Rocky Horror.
Yeah, that's what I
I've
thought.
never seen that fucking movie.
Me neither, but
I don't want to.
that.
Fuck.
I know that was part of that, and all those movies do have their place in culture for sure.
Oh, yeah. It's a very surreal movie. Just like, because what's surreal about it is it's surreal for like, it's like unintentionally surreal. Because like it's the first movie out of that country. So just seeing like the filmography and like the way they shoot things is just so bizarre.
Yeah. Speaking of records that are unreasonably rare.
Speaking of records.
Speaking of vinyl, speaking of LPs, so one of my favorite bands ever, Chiptune legends, Anamanaguchi, great boys, love them, have released their music in a very weird, strange array of items. I'll just go in order. So this is actually their first EP.
Something in the NES cartridge?
Yes, it's a Nintendo cartridge released from 8-Bit People's 96 out of 100.
How do you listen to this?
And you have to put it in a Nintendo.
Oh, really?
In an NES,
Oh,
yes,
fuck.
and it has
Yeah.
graphics. It was made by this absolute legend. I have his game. I kickstarted it. Batsley Adams does lots of homebrew NES stuff.
Okay.
He did both of these, and this is their first EP. I listened to it way back in the day, and I was like, this is alright, and then I forgot about him. Then I heard the single Airbrush, and I was like, this slaps. This is amazing. Love this band now. In between that, they came out with Dawn Metropolis. This has the intro to the Nerdist podcast, Jetpack Blues Sunset Hears. This is one of the most rare things I have, I feel like. This vinyl is insanely hard to get because they blew up. This band blew up, and
Yeah.
that's probably why, but I'll get to that in a minute. This was released before and came out before. This song, Mermaid, is amazing. It's like 7 minutes, and it's a dark song. It's like a dark chiptune, like
Anamanaguchi?
yeah.
Wow.
And it's probably one of my favorite songs by them. This album is amazing. I got it for more than I'd like to admit, but
Okay.
it's still a decent price. If you look for it, it's a lot. This is where they got massive. This is where their fan base blew up. Scott Pilgrim, the game soundtrack, record store date release, of course, bullshit pricing. I have
Let's
not
see the back.
opened this yet
Oh,
because
you haven't?
I am scared to for some reason because it's so rare and I don't want to
Okay.
mess with it. But this has just the OSC, the Scott Pilgrim game soundtrack, the art by Paul Robertson.
Oh, Paul
Also,
Robertson.
Used to be, yeah. Both of the
Oh,
people,
okay.
both of the people involved with this game,
His stuff is
I have
good.
always been huge fans of. Yeah, he used to do really weird, gross, like titties and
His
gore
stuff
back
is
in the day,
good.
and now he does like Adult Swim, like tweets and bumpers
Yeah,
and gifs and
I
stuff.
like the Australian Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, good on him. Good on both fans that they got so huge. But
Yeah.
yeah, it makes this a lot harder to get a hold of. From what I understand, it's yellow. I have not opened it. I probably won't. This is one of my favorite albums
Solid album.
of all time. Japan Air made me cry the first time I heard it.
Prom Night.
Prom Night is the big banger. One of the only songs on here with vocals. It's all chiptune. It's all, for the most part, Milky Tracker, I think. I actually have it signed from the Kickstarter. So, and I have not opened this one either, because I am also scared to. I listened to this for like 8 months straight, at least. Nothing else. This is one of the best albums ever.
Price.
I wish this was a 4 LP. I wish this went on for 3 hours. Prurient, move over. We don't need Rainbow Mirror. Swans, To Be Kind, To Be Shit, whatever. I want an operatic 5 hour long. I'll sit down and listen to 5 hours of Anamanaguchi Milky Tracker. I don't give a damn. Saw them. Really cool guys. I've talked to them a little bit on Tumblr too, here and there. They're just all really sick dudes. This is the peak to me, because this is like chiptune. It's its own unique sound because a lot of it was like PC like chiptune emulation, like with Milky Tracker. A lot of this stuff was like Family Tracker or LSDJ. I'm getting into huge chiptune nerd territory now.
That's okay.
But Milky Tracker, amazing sounds you can get from that. Very good. Another cartridge. This is Endless Fantasy B-Sides, also signed. Amazing. That's what I was going to say. I have his game, Super Russian Roulette. He coded this too. He coded the other one. But this has B-Sides. This has all of Dawn Metropolis. And it has this in this. And then they had a link to NSF file, yet again, more chiptune nerd stuff, but NSF files are Nintendo sound files, and you can play those back in Family Tracker, which is probably the most akin to the original hardware program on the PC that you can get for chiptune stuff for NES. So you can play back the raw chiptune parts, not the guitars, not the drums, not all the live stuff, but you can just hear the chiptune stuff and you can see the notes. It's really cool. But this has a bunch of B-sides never released, because I love this album so much. I'm like, if there's more from that, I gotta hear it.
It definitely reminds me of like partying at a convention with you guys.
Oh yeah.
It has heavy convention vibes. for
Yeah,
sure.
oh,
Yeah,
big
yeah.
time. I mean, I'm sure most Let's Players or like con people are very familiar with this album. It has massive amounts of views.
Didn't you say JonTron used one of their songs?
He used one of the songs from this
Oh,
in
okay,
there.
okay.
But Echobo is amazing. Planet is amazing. Viridian Genesis.
I remember a long time ago, Justin.
Meow,
You
obviously.
showed me that song. Before we really knew each other, you showed me the Meow song.
Oh yeah, the video for that blew my mind.
Yeah.
Snow Angels is amazing. You and Me is good. Space Wax America, beautiful. Pastel Flags is amazing. The whole thing is just great.
Would you say it's in your top 5?
Top 5 is hard. It's
Top 10?
close. It's definitely in top 10.
Okay.
Probably in top 5. Great album, love it. Such a beautiful album. Whoa!
Melt Banana Cellscape. Solid fucking album. We both love Melt Banana, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I found out about them through Perfect Hair Forever, one of the best shows on Adult Swim.
Hot Dog, my eclectic acquaintance from previous times. Where are you going? What?
This is like the more like kind of long drawn out like proggy songs, right?
Yeah, like this has that one song.
A Shield for Your Eyes.
That's a good one. I'm sorry, I can't remember the names of these songs.
Oh, their names are a mess. But
Yeah.
amazing band. As you can see,
I think
I saw them live with Retox.
I read an interview with her, and she was saying like she doesn't speak English fluently. But she uses English lyrics just because she likes the way they sound. So all the titles for all their songs are just make no sense.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, they also said that Japan hates them, and they
Really?
played in America, and they're like, we love this band.
oh yeah.
Yeah, they've been around for a long time. They've done
Since
stuff
the
with
early
Mike
90s,
Patton.
yeah.
Like they have a split with the Locust, who I showed off earlier.
Yeah, that's a good
A
one.
split with Phantom Moss.
I have
It's
heard
all
that.
super good.
Oh, if it is the Deep Sea, I Can See You There. That's my favorite song.
The lyrics on some of those songs remind me of reading walkthroughs for first-person shooters.
Really?
They sound like it, yeah.
How do you mean?
Let me see that. Like, let me pick one. Catch the mean beast in the well, in the hell, on the back. Watch out. You've got no shield. Break up. He's got no peace. Breathe deep in the shade of the fate of the luck. Watch out. You've got no light. It's like just all this. It's like there's one. It's like green beast, go left, up, down, fight. This is sick. Sounds like a Doom speedrun. Tutorial or something.
This is a Doom speedrun on vinyl.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, what we got here next is the Earthworm Jim Anthology. Double LP, whatever. This is basically the remix from the first 2 Earthworm Jim games, and some remixes, and some additional stuff too. Solid fucking...
This is one of the things we both have massive overlap with, like, childhood experience with, I feel like, too.
Yeah.
Because Earthworm Jim and Earthworm Jim 2, I had 2 on the SNES, and then I had 1 on the GBA, and I loved 2. One of my favorite
2 is
levels
amazing.
to this day is level 8, ATE.
Yeah.
One of the best looking things I've ever seen. The Tommy Tallarico, speaking of which,
Host of Judgment Day, Tommy Tallarico.
legend.
I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10.
What, a 3?
Only because
A 3?
I liked the alien exploding
So what? That doesn't
graphic,
deserve a 3.
and I liked all the weapon effects.
This game is getting the lowest score I've ever given a game ever in the history of the show. A 0.5! 0.5!
Friends of Mega 64.
Is it really?
Yeah, he's super tight with them. But seems like a super cool guy.
Oh yeah.
Did all the music for this. Most of it.
No, like there's some remix tracks and stuff like that. Like the One Ups did a cover of What the Heck, the like hell song, the like Fantasia
Yeah.
hell song. This album, as great as it is, there's a really fucking weird song at the very beginning song, Invertebrate Retreat. I hate that song. Like it's like a vocal song and it has like rap in it too. And it's just like a really like weird sad song about like, an existential crisis of a worm. And I'm just like, I hate.
They did. I downloaded a version of the soundtrack of Dynamite Heady, and there were vocal arrangement versions of 2 songs, and they did that too. Except those are good. But to be honest, I don't think I've ever listened. I don't think I've ever actually played this.
You would.
before.
I don't know how you feel about that first. That first song is just.
What I remember the one time I did play it was this is like arranged it's remastered original soundtrack.
Yeah, it's like the actual instrumentations and everything
So
like that.
I'm really iffy on this because I just like the pure chip tune, the grindy.
I can assure you, it's pretty good. Like it's.
I heard it.
It's very bassy. It's okay. It's
Yeah,
very
I remember
funky.
listening to it, and this is what I remember from it. Is I was like, man, I wish it was just like half Super Nintendo, half Genesis, or something like that.
Yeah, this whoever did this artwork on the back, it's fucking beautiful, by the way.
Yeah, it's good for what it is, but I do wish it was just the chiptune versions.
Oh yeah.
But that's not what they were doing. It was a remix one, so.
It's nice to have all the Earthworm Jim stuff in like one release.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's the same thing with like the Mortal Kombat one that I had earlier. Yeah, man, I love it.
What do you got there?
So this is the Lil Peep, rest in peace. Come Over When You're Sober, parts 1 and 2. There's a lot of history behind this.
You know, just that title of the album reminds me of high school.
It's a very, I mean, dude, look
Come
at
Over When
this.
You're Sober. Oh yeah.
It looks like it's all his tattoos. There's like some of his childhood drawings on here. Yeah, there's like a bunch of stuff he drew just in high school and like when he was a kid on here. But very, very controversial figure at this point in time, obviously. I have mixed feelings about this record. The first half is pretty good. The first half is really good.
How would you describe Lil Peep? Like,
Lil Peep he was in the group with Wicca Phase. He was in Goth Boy Click, and he died last year from an overdose. But he was like the one that was getting huge. He was the one that was getting massive and like tons of play all over the place and like getting pretty popular.
Yeah, it's like a SoundCloud rapper. Like that was pretty big. Right?
Yeah. Ever since he died, people have been like, there's been just so many people trying to get their hands in the cookie jar, you know, because he got so huge and then passed. So a lot of this is like overproduced sounding. A lot of this is new watered down versions of old songs. Specifically, the OG version of Sex With My Ex, far superior. Not that much of a fan of this one. But it's nice to have it. His mom had a hand in making this record, making sure everything was nice. Yeah, she pretty much like runs everything. But it's been so commercialized, and like my 2 favorite things of his are the Crybaby mixtape and then Hellboy. Hellboy, peak Lil Peep. Best thing. One of the best albums ever. And this just, like the sounds in that kind of fell to the wayside a little bit. But I got it just because, you know, it's the first thing that he's like actually released. I would love a Hellboy vinyl. One of the dudes who did help produce a lot of the songs, Smoke a Sack, was still involved with this, so it still kind of maintains. But there's like this like trio of producers that like helped everything, and they're like, oh, they watered it down, yada yada. But it's just a big mess, and I'm not that much of a fan of how this one sounds. But this is the one that came out, so. The one thing that I did not like, that I did figure was a cash grab, is they announced this, and they're like, we're going to have it on vinyl. I'm like, okay, and it was just a black one. And then they waited like 3 days, and then they're like, oh, we're doing a pink one. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to get that one, because I like to get the colored ones. And then, on his birthday, they were like, for a day only, we're doing a pink, black, smoke marble one. I was like, well, I already got the pink one, so why would I get the other one? And so it just seemed like a blatant cash grab. It's like, why would you not?
Sounds snaky.
Yeah. I mean, the only first half of this came out when he was still alive, and then the last half came out after he died. He died like right in the middle of this album. But it was just like, there's so many conspiracy theories about, oh, they just want money. and like the song he did with XXXTentacion like was like forced and not good. And then there's like a song with Fall Out Boy in it. It's just like, what are you doing? Yeah, it's like they watered him down so bad, and it's like, just give him the OG producers, like, please. And like everyone on Instagram involved is like still a bunch of the producers were like, do not listen to that XXX song because it's like they didn't like each other. They both just died and did somewhat similar music, not even really.
Yeah.
And so
they get looped together a lot.
They're like, oh, we'll just put them together because that's what the people want. And everyone was like, yeah, they're not friends. Why are you doing this song? And I listened to it, and it sucks. It sucks that it's the biggest song on Spotify for him. I saw him live, and he played like deep cuts, like honestly, and I was like, this is amazing. That was like peak, dude.
Did you meet him?
For like a second. They were trying to cart him off super fast, and we waited outside the trees in Dallas for so long, because I loved Hellboy, but it's just depressing. The whole situation is just like sad.
Is Hellboy the one with the Jersey Devil jersey?
Yeah, love that one. Play that one all the time.
Yeah. So as an aside, for anyone who hangs out with Justin, anytime we party or do something or someone stays over at someone's house, it usually ends up with one of us waking up at 4 a.m. with Lil Peep blasting over our speakers every single fucking time.
Yep. Much to everyone's chagrin. Love the dude. There's a reason why I wait for I'm respectful though. I wait for everyone to pass out, then I play my sad goth boy shit. But lots of controversy seeped into this record and the artists in general. I'm sure you can look up all of that as deep as you want. But love this dude. Love Wicca Phase. Rest in peace. Great guy. Yeah, he dropped something on the way to the van, and I told him I love Hellboy, and I told him, hey, you dropped something. He's like, thanks, man. I'm like, that was it. But he was nice. He was cool for like the short bit I talked to him.
Funny. Alright, Justin, what do you got here?
Oh, I think you know what I got, buddy. I have a very soft spot for things that people hate for no good definable reason.
Are you saying people just like to hate ICP? Like,
absolutely. So, Insane Clown Posse. I love them. They're very easy to hate. They're hilarious. Their 90s output is some of the best stuff ever. Clowncore to the end, the umpteenth. Yeah. Mr. Bungle, they did clown metal. ICP, clown rap. When I saw them live, they did the Great Malenko 20th anniversary thing. I went up to the merch table and they had records. And ICP is not the kind of band you think would have like vinyl. They're like,
well, they're popular enough.
They are, but I mean, people, you know, when you think of a juggalo, you don't think of someone owning a record player. You think of someone owning like a crack pipe or like a meth needle or something like that, or like an RV in a trailer park.
Yeah.
I love them. I don't know how many people are big fans of the Waxwork series, but they started re-releasing a bunch of their stuff on vinyl. This is actually an EP. Dog Beats from before they were called Insane Clown Posse and they were called Inner City Posse.
I like just the regular font. It's very
very
modest.
This was long ago. It's been a minute since I listened to this, but I think I remember Ghetto Zone being pretty good. I just kind of grabbed 3 records and I was like, oh cool, like I'll take all 3, whatever.
Wait.
This is an EP they did called Tunnel of Love, and this was a giant sticker. I don't know if you've noticed, but I like to keep the sleeves on all my records. This
you want to show us?
I can't.
Oh, you
I can't show this on YouTube. It's hilarious. I'll explain it to you. It's like an old 90s like porn picture, but they put Shaggy 2 Dope's head on the guy.
Oh, it's like Photoshop?
Yeah, I think. I hope.
You hope.
But it's ridiculous. So this is just a giant sticker. If you want to find it, you can find it. Trust me. This one, I think, has Prom Queen. Prom Queen is amazing. A lot of people discredit ICP as just being stupid. Haha. Oh, magnets, how do they work? We're dumb rednecks. But Prom Queen is one of their best songs. Really dark. A lot of stuff on the Jekyll Brothers is pretty dark.
I believe it. I mean,
Underneath the Moon is really good.
I will say, like, because I mean, for as big of a fan base they have, and for like all of the releases they have to be doing something right.
Yeah, no, they're completely unique. They've been marching to the beat of their own drum for how long?
Don't they like hate Eminem also?
They had some beef. I don't know how it is now, but yeah, they made a song called Slim Anus, a diss track, and it's really good. It's just talking about how Dr. Dre and Eminem bang each other. They're really funny. Like, they were hilarious back in the night. They still are pretty funny, but
they were on Aqua Teen.
The big thing that is hilarious now is Violent J's daughter is a furry, and they made that.
Are you fucking serious?
What? Completely serious.
Yep.
Violent J's daughter made, and he made a video with her talking about how they got ripped off.
Hi, I'm Ruby, and I'm a furry juggalo.
I'm Dad. I'm a juggalo furry.
And we're the Snake Busters.
For getting a shitty fursuit. And
Wow.
Violent J's there with his daughter in a fursuit, and he's like, "These guys are whack as hell. This is not fresh." And I'm like, "Dude, I love Violent J."
In the picture on the website, the hands were sturdy and built well. But what they sent us was floppy, cheap, flimsy, oversized mittens.
Man foul! Stale! Snakes!
And then he did the fuck my deadbeat dad.
Yep.
They're the best.
You're making me curious now.
There's so much to like about them, and it's people gloss the surface and are like, "Oh, these guys are dumb and weird."
Their stuff is genuinely good, but if you want a good laugh, you can also genuinely laugh at it.
Yeah, I mean, anytime
fucking
they were
funny.
on Howard Stern was hilarious.
Oh, I bet.
Anytime they were on Loveline was insane.
Well, nowadays, like a lot of people have seen that documentary on YouTube, American Juggalo.
Gathering of the motherfucking juggalos. I love this place, and I love you guys, and you guys, and you guys. We have alcohol, and we've got explosives. Let me show you how great we are.
I'm not usually scared.
The U.S. government is like basically saying they're a gang.
Yeah,
so it's kind of just like a way overblown.
They've been trying to get their name cleared, like Juggalos as a gang, because it's easy to pin them on them because they look ridiculous and they sing songs about stabbing people. But most of the songs they sing about are about stabbing like racist, like sexist pieces of shit. Chicken Hunting is all about like racist rednecks. Mr. Johnson's Head has a bit about how much Christopher Columbus sucked. Sure, they're like goofy and like cringy or whatever, but they're like the nicest people ever.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
They have been about like good stuff. In their first 6 albums, the first deck of Joker's cards, the end song of the last one of the Wraith, they're like, "Yeah, we're Christian," and they're like, "We're not sorry if we tricked you."
I heard that.
Shangri-La, it's God you're listening, you're believing in, and I'm just like, that's crazy, that's wild.
You know,
Love these
I think a good comparison to them would be like their audience would be like furries. They're easy to fucking hate, but if you actually meet a furry, they're fucking nice.
I mean, and now there's a huge overlap because Violent J's daughter is a furry.
It's funny.
Which, good on them. Everyone says the same thing. They're like, "Man, this is cringy on the surface, but Violent J is a great dad." Like, and it's like, yeah, dude. And
He seems like it.
they're just always doing crazy stuff.
Like I said,
Shaggy 2 Dope tried to drop kick Fred Durst on stage, and he's like, "I was just doing it as a joke, man." It's like, what is
something I would do.
But these are the 3 I have. This one is weird. Beverly Kills. This is a strange EP. 17 Dead is really good. A bit of a meme.
That's the meme track for sure.
Bit of a meme track. The Stalker is legitimately like dark. There's a phone call from Violent J's at the time girlfriend, her ex stalker boyfriend at the end of that song.
Oh, there's like a voicemail?
Yes, it's really creepy.
Creepy.
It's really creepy.
He calls her like 10 times.
Yeah.
It's the real voicemail.
Yes.
Oh fuck. Okay.
But can't say enough good things about ICP. Sure, they've done some crap here and there, but overall, great dudes. Would love to go to the gathering sometime.
I remember seeing them on the Aqua Teen. Their cameo on there was pretty funny, and that's kind of what made me realize, like, wow, they really have like branched out a lot and done a lot of stuff.
Every time anyone scratches a little deeper, they're like, "These guys are actually cool." They did an Amoeba "What's in My Bag" video.
Wait, did they?
Yes, and they're like, they pulled out like some real good like deep cut like classic hip hop albums, and everyone was like, "These guys know their shit." Like, they have great taste, and it's like, yeah, why would just they put on the face paint and everyone discredits them. I hate it, honestly. It's kind of like the Death Grips thing where it's like, "Oh, these guys are crazy." let's make a bunch of memes about him, and I feel like a lot of people don't take him seriously.
You know,
but if they do or don't want to, I guess that's their prerogative. But I feel like, especially with ICP, they should be taken a little more seriously.
It's such a dumb, like, double standard, because think of Buckethead. He wears a fucking KFC bucket on his head.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, everybody that listens to Buckethead is like,
oh, yeah,
this guy fucking slaps.
This man's a savant. He's like a fucking genius.
They have the whole Igloo Ghost thing going on. They have a whole lore behind all
they have
of
the biggest lore.
Literally, the Joker, the deck, the Joker cards, like, there's so much lore behind it. Like, standout great albums. If I had to pick one, obviously the Great Malenko would be, like, the one. Or the Jekyll Brothers. That's my personal favorite, but it was just nice. It was strange to see ICP on vinyl.
We also spit fire. No further questions.
Oh. Alright, so someone you started getting into. This dude is so strange and out there and very unique. Met him live, one of the nicest guys ever. Me and him were talking about Terra Mellos. They did guitars on Jenny Death by Death Grips.
Oh, really?
Nick Reinhardt, yeah. And they've done stuff with Zach Hill. We were talking about the Locust like the whole time. We were talking about Lil Peep. He's done songs with Lil Peep.
And who is this?
Slug Christ. Huge fan. Cool guy. Literally can't say enough. I think he's just grabbing a titty right there. And there's a bunch of drug paraphernalia, which sums him up very well.
I love his voice.
Dark, bleak addiction, like just...
I like that kind of subject matter too. So.
Yeah, this one, I forgot what's on the CD, but then I got this one sometimes, even the Moonlight Hurts My Eyes, on Awful Records. I don't remember if this one was on Awful Records. This one was produced by Park Dog. Some of the songs on here go so hard. Chemicals is one of the best. Masochism is amazing. 3-Tab Shouty, great song. Just love this. He can't say enough nice things about Slug Christ. He's like he's on Awful Records with like Ethereal and a Father, and they're all kind of eccentric, weird rappers. He does produce a lot of his own beats, especially with the earlier stuff. There's like Plant Mentality. The first song I heard by him was Picture Plane played it on a radio show. That's called I'm the Ocean.
His voice, it feels like a kind of voice that someone could get really annoyed by.
Yeah,
like,
which I love.
In a cool way, because it's like,
yeah,
stuff like that.
Yeah,
but I love it. Like,
he's great.
It's abrasive and obnoxious.
Yeah, this is a single that Picture Plane did, 7-inch, just self-released, I think. But he did a song with this is how I heard about Slug Christ. Not this song, but Picture Plane, being friends with him. Did a song with Slug Christ and DJ Dog Dick. Not familiar with DJ Dog Dick? Probably a furry, who knows? But Picture Plane, very cool dude. He signed this, and the one song, Hot Love, Cold War, is amazing. Great. Slug Christ's verse on there slaps.
DJ Dog Fashion Disco.
One thing that always kept me going, now it's gone. I can't do.
Oh yeah, it's on Ghostly? Yep. Yeah, zoom out and like get the whole record player. It's spinning.
In the summertime, it's the perfect time for a suicide.
What do we got here, Justin?
This is something we both have, yet again different pressings. Ultima 2 Massage
This has
by
become
Tobacco.
one of my favorite albums. I love this album a lot.
Did I show you Tobacco at Akon?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, we were just hanging out at Akon, and I'm like, you like greasy, gritty synth stuff, right? Gotta hear Tobacco. I think he was named after a character in a Troma movie.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, like, the whole visual style of Tobacco is very reminiscent of Street Trash, which...
There's a song called Street Trash that he has on the first album.
There's one single he has, I remember, in the artwork, it's just like a junkyard.
I know, the bomb shelter, getting wet in the bomb shelter.
That's the one, yeah. I love that album cover. And I love his visual style. Like, I love that everything just feels like it's melting.
Yeah, I mean, this album literally sounds like it's melting too. I think he did like tape manipulation and like screwed with the cassette tapes, like the original recordings or whatever. Yeah. Because there's like some songs that just start cutting out and cutting in, like Dipshit. Yeah. And then it just like melts away. Like it literally sounds like it's melting.
I love Pool City McKnight Road.
That one's great.
I love Face Breakout. Is probably my favorite song off this.
I like Blow Your Heart. I like Dip Smack. This one has a special track on it, Bronze Hogan.
Oh yeah.
probably the best one on here to be. Well,
I saw Black Moth Super Rainbow recently, which is what Tobacco's from, his like original band. But and this is just like a solo project. And they actually did play like "Blow Your Heart" and a couple of Tobacco songs, like as Black Moth Super Rainbow. So
the line between the two is kind of blurred more recently. Yeah. Tobacco used to be a lot more like hip hop beat influenced, but they've kind of the music melted together.
I did not like the songs he did with Ace Off Rock.
I didn't listen to that actually yet, but this one was like his weirdest up until the one after that, which I have there somewhere, but we'll get to that later. The pressing I have specifically was hand dipped, I think in Austin, but
oh nice.
There's only I don't remember the number of pressings, but this is also one of the coolest things that I have. Because none of the other ones look like that.
It's unique.
And I love that cover. Tobacco is awesome. Maniac Meat is one of my favorite albums. I do think it's a little better and more consistent than this one, but this one is weirder, which is good.
Alright, we'll close for the day.